Hi, church family. I hope you're having a great week. This is our COVID update here on June the 12th. We're looking forward to June the 28th. That's the day that we've chosen to come back into our sanctuary and worship in person. And we've been working very hard preparing for that day. A couple of things that you need to be aware of as we prepare for June the 28th. First of all, everything I'm going to share with you today can be found on the website and in the email this week under our update. You'll want to go and review it again prior to June the 28th. We have said for our mission statement that because we love our family of faith, we will minimize risks and we will trust the congregation to act responsibly. On June the 28th, we will minimize risks. We'll have two worship services in the sanctuary at 8:45 and 10:55. This will give us plenty of room for those who are planning to come back on that day to be able to social distance once they are in the sanctuary. As you arrive on campus, you'll find that there are three entrances that you can use. The two entrances at Six Forks Road under the porticos, and then the main entrance in the back parking lot. We will not be using elevators, so if you don't need an elevator and you can walk stairs, we encourage you to park in the back parking lot. Those who might have normally used an elevator, we encourage you to park in the front parking lot and use either the AB portico or the office portico and come in on the level ground of the sanctuary. When you arrive, you'll find greeters who are there to help you as you come and enter into the sanctuary. They're going to be asking you questions about the self-health check, as well as asking you to wear a face covering once you enter the building. They may also ask you to try and social distance when you're on the outside as well. Ushers and greeters will help you find your seat in the sanctuary. We will have the pews marked. A certain set of pews will be used for the first service. A different set of pews will be used for the second service. We will set at least one pew apart in each of the services and ask you to social distance once you are actually in the pew itself. We'll also exit in a orderly manner as a way of exiting the sanctuary and the building and keeping our social distance along the way. So we're doing everything we can to minimize risks. Everything will be cleaned, and we will clean restrooms and common areas in between the services. We are limiting the number of restrooms that will be open every Sunday morning, so you'll want to go to the map and look and see what restrooms can be used as you enter the building. We're also going to ask the congregation to act responsibly. And there's several ways we're going to ask you to do this for us. Number one is to social distance. Number two is to make sure you go through the self-health check. Make sure you're not at risk of spreading coronavirus or you're not in high-risk group of catching the coronavirus. And finally, we're going to ask you to wear a mask or face covering when you're in the building. Now let me just speak from my heart in this moment. I know that in our congregation there are those who are wearing a mask everywhere they go and anytime they're out in public. I know there are others who have chosen not to, and of course that is your right to do so. But when we come into our building, we want to put the other person first. And wearing a face covering says to everyone around us, we care about one another. And so I'm encouraging you to wear a face covering when you come to worship as a way of being a part of the congregation and loving those around us. The honest truth is there are many in our congregation who want to come to worship but would be very uncomfortable if there were people there without a face covering. So let me encourage you again. We're requesting and asking you to wear a face covering or mask as you come to worship as we begin this time together on campus. There's a couple of things you need to know about worship. When you arrive at worship, you'll discover there are no hymnals or Bibles or pencils or those kind of things in the back of the pews. So please bring your own Bible. The bulletins will be online, so you might want to download them or you might want to print them before you come or just come and experience the worship together. We will not have live vocal music. We have several taped vocal offerings throughout the time together in the first few weeks, but we will have live instrumental music, and we have some very creative ways of worshiping with music in these very first few weeks together. We're doing all we can to make worship creative and meaningful as we come together on this campus. Now, finally, let me say that if you are in our congregation and if you have any reservation at all about coming to the campus and worshiping in person with others, then I encourage you to wait. To wait a few weeks, to wait a month, to wait till next phases might occur, to wait till you are comfortable to come into such a setting. Continue to worship with us online. Continue to stay involved and connected in your Sunday school class. Continue to support your church even as we go through these phases together. And now, as your pastor, I want to say I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your patience, your prayers, and all you're doing to help Trinity remain strong and Trinity remain together in these days ahead. God bless you.